Hey, Josh. Coach Kelly yesterday was talking about how NC State's defense is really similar to Georgia's. Can you kind of give us just some examples of what you've seen?
I just think he, means that in the way of, they're going to be, that type of physical team that, we probably had experience, going against Georgia. Of course, they're going to bring something that we haven't seen, and just like every team that we've played this year, they're going to bring their best, and they're going to try to do what they can to disrupt us on offense. But I think it's more important of how we prepare throughout this week and how we, attack our preparation and just sticking with our game plan that we have planned. I think that we've been doing a great job this year of just taking it one game at a time and preparing for each opponent. And just, really focusing on that one opponent and not focusing on anything else. So they're going to give us their best, so we're just going to prepare likewise.
I guess they have the number 6 rushing defense. What have you seen that makes them just look different from USC last week or other teams that you've seen?
They have a lot of energy on the defensive side of things. They fly around. They're pretty short tacklers. But again, none of that is really too much of a concern for us because it's more important of focusing on our side of things. Although we had a great game last week, it wasn't a perfect game, and that's something that we're still chasing as a team is trying to have that perfect game. So as an offense, we're going to do better on things that we might have lacked, and we're going to try to build on the things that we have some success on. So we're constantly trying to get better and improve as an offense, and we're going to continue to do that throughout practice.
Hey, Josh, right here in front of you. Curious to see how you've responded to the hype that's been going on the last week with the Heisman talks and, of course, the team being in the college football playoff conversation.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
How you've responded sort of to and handled the hype that's been around the campus, specifically with you, with the whole Heisman talk and everything, as well with the team of the college football playoff.
Well, I haven't experienced any hype around campus. I mean, the only thing I've experienced is getting that notification of exams coming up. So that Heisman talk doesn't stop that. So I'm just doing the same thing I've always been doing. I mean, my team has always been with me, and I love hanging out with these guys, going to work with them each and every day. We, as a team, have never let any outside noise get in between of what we're trying to build here, and I don't think that changes anything of what our mission is and what we're trying to accomplish as a team. Although it is an honor, we're just going to stay focused on our track and continue to prepare for each team each and every week. So,
and each week, how you view yourself as improving each and every game? I mean, and constantly with the big runs, how has your game just improved since week 1?
Specifically, more of last game, I think I did a better job of blocking. I was really impressed on how I was able to react to different looks and being able to kind of block on the perimeter. That's something that I try to take pride in is how well I'm able to pass protect and kind of blocking the run game. I thought I did a pretty good job of doing that on Saturday. I have to continue to improve on that, just like I have to improve on everything else in my game. But like I said, yesterday had a pretty good practice, but I have to come back out, today and try to improve and try to do better. And that's the exciting thing about it is each and every week you have something to build on and something to improve on. And we're just excited as a team to be able to face a new opponent who's going to, again, bring us their best. So we love taking on challenges like that, and it's exciting to work on that with, the guys on your team and kind of, try to perfect your craft.
In terms of running the football, as a running back, I mean, running behind that offensive line has got to be a great feeling for you. Every time you're able to hit a hole and you see it open in the secondary like that, just what's going through your mind when you're pulling off those big runs?
Excuse me. It's amazing. Like I said, I love each and every guy on that line. It's just a lot of fun running behind them. They always bring the energy. They lead as a unit. They kind of allow others to feed off of them the way they attack each and everything that they do, whether it's from on the football field or just going to meetings. they kind of attack everything and they lead by example. And they make my job easy. We wouldn't be here, as a running back unit having the success that we're having, without those guys. So we, try to complement them as best as we can. We try to, help them out as much as they help us out. They're always looking after us, so we try to look after them. But so far this season, we're having a lot of fun. We just can't wait to have some more fun.
Lastly for me, obviously, you look forward to every game, but when you have the stakes of a top 15 matchup, getting into past the midpoint of the season, how much more does it ramp up that excitement for you guys with a matchup like this?
We've prepared, each and every game like we've, been playing top teams, top 10 teams. That's how we prepare for each and every week. Like, our next opponent is, at the #1 spot because, that's just the type of focus we have as a team, and that's how good we want to be. We're just going to continue to work and treat it like any other week, is prepare like they're going to, give us something that we haven't seen, and prepare like, it's our last game. And I think that's, the right mindset of how to dominate and how to be successful as a team.
Josh, right here, you spoke glowingly of that line just now, and obviously you got a couple All-Americans on the left side. Talk about how much the guys on the right side have come along through the course of the season, and are you as comfortable running that side as the left?
Oh, right or left, you can pick a side. I'm comfortable running either way. I mean, every single guy on that line has been balling, has been, giving it their all, and has really been dominating this year. Like I said, when you talk about the line, you talk about them as a unit. I don't think you split them up into any sides because, we're one football team. The left side can't do it without the right, right can't do it without the left. And, I can't do it without them. So, every single guy on that line has been working their butts off throughout the week, just hammering things and really leading and bringing the aggression to practice. And it helps and it pays off, when we go play games on Saturday. So, a lot of the credit, goes to those guys. I'm not sure why people split them up, but I guess it is what it is.
Thank you.
Josh, I want to ask you just sort of about the two-back set when you're out there with Tony. Now that he's healthy again, what do you like about that look? How does that stress a defense?
I mean, it's a lot of fun for us as running backs, just getting two people from the room on the field. It's just another opportunity for us to compete and kind of try to push each other. When we're out there, we try to help each other as much as possible. We try to compete with each other, so who can make the better block when they're out there, or who can run the ball better when they're out there. It's just another thing for us to kind of make each other better and try to improve as players. Obviously, it adds a lot to our offense, just being able to, have that type of personnel out there. But whether it's, single back or two back, we just try to contribute to the offense as best as possible. And I think that, allows us to do that better.
Why do you think that's a hard thing for a defense to defend?
I mean, just, like I mentioned again, the amount of success that the offensive line has been having this year, having two backs in there, it's kind of like double the trouble because, any guy in that room, when they're on the field by themselves, has been doing a great job running the ball. So when you put, two of them out there, it's going to be a little bit harder for defenses. But like I said before, it's just another opportunity for us to contribute to the offense.
Josh, a little higher up. You've had a large number of runs over 60 yards this year that have ended up in touchdowns. I'm curious, as those plays start to develop at the very beginning, are there any similarities to them? I mean, are they all different, or are there some things that are similar in those runs that you see something when you're hitting the hole, or as the hole's opening up, and kind of realize, oh, this could be big?
I think I don't really think about it in that way. I just try to take each play individually and try to take it one play at a time. Just knowing that sooner or later something will break if, I'm staying patient and I'm trusting in my track, trusting in, the guys up front, knowing that they will get the job done. A lot of it is just me being able to finish. I know a couple of times I got caught, short of the goal line, so a lot of it is just me being able to, finish the job and kind of get past the goal line. But there's nothing really special that goes into it, just how we've practiced, each and every day, finishing through the end zone. A lot of that stuff shows up in the game, so there's nothing too special except for the fact that, it was a little longer than usual. But no, that's just how we prepare as a team, and we just try to, make it pay off in the game.
This next question is a little bit more about your mentality as a ball carrier, but I mean, in theory, when Coach calls a run between the tackles on your own 15-yard line on first down, I think people would assume that play is designed to set you up in second short, give you options not to go for 85 yards. So is it your mentality every time you have the ball, let's see if I can break this, whether it's 98 yards or 8 yards? I
think any down, and regardless of the play that we call, we know that we have the potential to score if we call a certain play. I think it's just a matter of our execution, and we've been doing a great job executing as a team this year. But my mindset is just, getting the amount of yards, however amount that I can. Just sticking with that specific play at that moment, and if it doesn't work out, focusing on the next play. And like I said before, just trusting in everybody else on the offense to do their job, and just focusing on doing my job, not trying to do too much, just doing what I can. You said earlier you haven't gotten any notifications about Heisman talk, but are you aware that there's a national poll out that has you pretty high in it? I am now. You are now? Yeah. How does that make you feel? Is it proud, or is it completely irrelevant to you? Or I'm curious how you feel about it. It's not irrelevant for me. I mean, I'm not doing it for any of that. I'm doing this, for my family and for God, and for my teammates. I mean, that's really all that matters. If there's an award for stuff like that, then that'd be cool. But we're just focused on, like I said, trying to reach maximum peaks as a team. So that's really where my focus is right now. Whatever happens with that happens, but my main focus is on the guys on the team. So, I got one last question. You used the word dominate earlier today when you're talking to somebody, and I think Greer used it, and Drew talked about punishing opponents. Is that a little bit of an insight into the mentality of this team? I mean, you guys use these superlatives a lot. You don't talk about winning, you talk about dominating. I mean, is that an insight into how you guys think and prepare going into games? Yeah, I think every guy on the team has that mindset, and that's helped us, throughout the spring, throughout training camp, and throughout the beginning of our season. Just having that mindset and continue to work and to build on that. I mean, it's amazing to see that every guy is thinking on that same page. And we're not taking anything for less. We're pushing each other, and we know how good we can be, and we're all, fighting and working to get there. And having that dominant mindset is pushing us, to new limits, and we're excited each and every week to get a new opponent, because, that's another opportunity for us to show, how hard we've worked, where we are as a team, and just it's one step closer to our goal. So,
Josh, I know you guys are all about the here and now, but could you put in perspective how far this team has come since maybe this time last year?
I mean, from the moment our season ended last year, I think that is when the mindset changed, and when things kind of changed for our team. Like I said, each and every guy on the team has done a tremendous job of adjusting and kind of, shifting the culture of what it means to be a Notre Dame football player. And it's just amazing to see how far we've come. And like I said, having that dominant mindset and redefining what it means to play Notre Dame football, I think we've shown that, throughout the first half of our season, and I think it's kind of self-explanatory.
And then how much has that confidence from the team continued to grow each week as you guys continue to validate the beliefs you've had all off season?
I think it, we laid that, our foundation out earlier in the off season, and from then we've continued to grow each week. Of course, gives us confidence, but we never let that get in the way of what we have planned and our goals. Of course, we have to enjoy, each and every game. We never take any game for granted. We're going to enjoy the wins. We're going to learn from, the things that we've done and try to get better. But we just try to stay focused, on our next opponent. Try to stay focused on, our traits and everything that helped us get to this point. And I think that, it's great for us to continue to grow as a team.
You were asked earlier about NC State's defense and pointing out, Coach Kelly mentioned they're similar to Georgia in terms of their front. Georgia was obviously the only game where you didn't really dominate as much as every other game this year. Is that extra motivation for you and the offensive line to show everyone you could do that against another high-powered defense?
I'm not really too concerned about any of that type of stuff. I mean, if I would have had the same game we won against Georgia, that would have been a different story. I would have been, fine with that. But the fact that, I wasn't able to do as much as I should have and get the win, my main goal is to do whatever I can possible to help the team win. So, whatever area I can do that, in this game, I'm going to be happy with it as long as, the outcome is a win for the team. So.